Welcome to the Impact Zone. We are excited to come to you again, and today we are talking about how to build healthy relationships.
Yes, and listen, this is going to be good. We're going to switch it up this time. I'm going to interview Coach Rod, the one he deals with so many counseling sessions with married couples, single couples. So we're going to pick his brain today. All right.
Okay.
Make sure you have a pen, piece of paper handy and ready. Are you ready, sir, for my
I
questions?
don't know because I haven't seen these questions.
He have no idea what my question is going to be. So I'm putting him on the spot. I am putting him on the spot. We're going to see his coach hat today.
Yeah,
His
let's
coach relationship hat today. All right. Okay. Coach Rod, I have some questions for you. One question I'm going to start off with. I'm going to start off pretty easy with you.
Okay.
In a relationship, how do a person in the relationship handle conflict in a respectful way?
How does one handle conflict in a respectful way? First of all, the first step is to make sure we're going to attack the problem and not the person.
That's good. Did y'all hear that?
Attack the problem, not the person.
Say it one more time.
Attack the problem, not the person. So often when there's conflict between couples, they tend to attack the person instead of attacking the problem. So that's number one. We have to be able to do that. And then number two is timing. You have to make sure that it's a good timing to bring this issue up, because sometimes we want to just blur out and just attack. No, you got to be very strategic with this. Is this the right timing? Because that person could have had a bad day, and you come in, you want to unload, and they're like, I don't have time for this.
Gotcha.
So it's also about timing also.
That's good. Did y'all get that? Timing is everything. Attack the problem,
not the person.
Not the person. I think that's really good. Another question I want to have you ask you is, how can a person become a better listener in their relationship?
How can a person become a better listener? That's a good question.
We're listening.
Okay. What I'm going to suggest is that you practice listening to understand instead of listening to reply.
I like that.
Oftentimes when a person comes to us to share with us, when we are listening, we're trying to come up with our response, how I'm going to reply to you. That's not active listening.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to become better at listening, then I have to come with a mindset, I'm listening to understand you, because I cannot properly hear you if in my head I'm trying to come up with my best response.
It's true.
So we must practice listening to understand instead of listening to reply.
I like that. I tell them, listen to resolve, not to respond. Because
Absolutely.
that's the whole point of having a conversation, is to resolve the issue and move forward. That's real good. I appreciate that. That was
Absolutely.
really good.
And I think too, it ties back into the first question about conflict, because most people shy away from conflict because they don't think of conflict as resolving the issue. To me, there's a such thing as a good conflict.
Okay.
Good conflict is when we are coming together to get a resolution. I'm thinking about resolution. I'm not thinking about just to get escalated and we going back and forth, we're arguing, but I want to get to a resolution. And so that's, for me, that's good conflict. When you're approaching it from, we need to come with a resolution in mind.
Okay, what if I come to you and I'm highly upset and I'm ticked off? How would you de-escalate me in that relationship?
Okay, so if a person is ticked off, first of all, I'm going to find out why you ticked off. Like, let's get to the why. Why are you upset? Right? Because most times you allow a person to talk to you about why they are upset, they can begin to calm themselves down.
Okay.
Because if you tell a person or a woman, calm down, anybody calm down, when you say calm down, they're going to go get higher. Like, what? Don't tell me to calm down.
Yeah.
So we don't do that.
Yeah.
I want to find, okay, what's going on with you right now?
Okay.
What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? And you allow that person to download and begin to open up with you and share with you. And as they do that, they calm their own self down.
That's good. Because when you said that, it makes me, I thought about this here. When you tell a person, calm down, it's almost as if you're saying my feelings are not valid.
Yeah.
That I don't have a right to feel how I feel. Or I don't have time for that.
Yeah. And you don't want the person to feel like they're being dismissed.
Yeah.
So you don't want to tell the person to calm down, because they're going to do the opposite of what you tell them. They're not going to calm down. They're going to get even more irate. So it's very important that we want to get to the bottom of, okay, why do you feel the way you feel? What's going on with you right now? What are you thinking? What are your feelings right now? And allow them to express that. And as they express that, you will see themselves begin to calm down.
This is real good. I hope y'all really writing this down. I hope you're writing it down. Another question I have for you is, what are some healthy ways that a person in a relationship can express their feelings and needs?
That's a good question.
Told you I was going to get it.
Okay, number one, with honest conversation.
Okay.
You know, there gonna always be needs in a relationship, and as a relationship evolves and grow, those needs are going to change. As those need changes, then you have as a partner in the relationship, you have the responsibility to communicate where those needs are at this time. And so often our needs are changing in relationships, and we're not sharing with them because we think our partner should read our mind or should be a psychic. No, we're not going to read your mind. You know, it's very important that you're able to share with us or share with your partner what those needs are right now. I remember with my wife, initially she wanted me to hold her hand and things like that when we go into the mall, and you know, that's what she told me. Right, and so we was in the mall, and I was holding her hand. She said, "I don't need that anymore." But she didn't tell me she don't need it anymore. Right. She never updated me that she don't need me to hold her hand anymore. And so it's very important that when your needs change, have an honest conversation. Right. The second point I would want to bring out with that is also have realistic expectations.
Okay.
You know, so often many people approach their needs and they don't have realistic expectations. So I mean, if you say, for instance, you want a hot meal, but you expect her to cook a hot meal 7 days a week, and she also work, that's dumb. She can't do that. You know, so it needs to be very realistic. So you got to make sure we are communicating honestly about those needs, right? And also we want to make sure we have clear expectations.
Okay, let's talk about feelings. How can we express ourselves concerning my feelings?
Okay, good question. Okay, first of all, feelings are neither right nor wrong. They're just feelings. Okay, everybody got feelings. But it's how you communicate those feelings that can turn into a good situation or a bad situation. And one thing I would tell people when you're communicating your feelings, you let them know this is how I feel. Because again, you don't want to attack the person, you want to attack their problem. And so you need to let them know this is how I feel at the time. This is when you do this makes me feel like this. Or when you say this causes me to feel this way. And so it's very important that when we are expressing about our feelings, we paint the picture so that they can see it, but not that we are attacking them.
Right. And that's a good point, is use the I feel method. When I did my sessions, counseling sessions, I always would tell the person in the situation, relationship, whatever, use the I feel, because it takes the heat out of that conversation. So, you know, the person, now I feel like you're attacking me. So now I'm forgetting I'm trying to resolve. Now I'm finna respond.
You're on defense mode. You know?
And what happens? Hurt people. Hurt people. So now it's a whole big old fire now, because we did not know how to healthily express our feelings or our needs. I want to go back to that, because I think that's really important, is we realize needs change.
Absolutely.
As we mature, the needs change, and be okay with that. It does not mean the person don't love you no more. It does not mean that I don't need you in my life. I just don't need that anymore. So make sure, I like what he said, make sure you communicate, update your spouse, update your significant other when that need changes.
When it changes.
Now I can focus on something else.
Absolutely. Because if your need has changed and you have not communicated, then you are working with old data. So you're trying to satisfy a need in an old way that they no longer need. And so it's very important that we learn how to update each other on our needs.
That's real good. I have one more question. The next question I have is, what are some red flags in communication that should be aware of? I should be aware of, a person in a relationship should be aware of.
A red flag that one should be aware of concerning communication.
Number
one, shutting down. Not able to deal with things, and your immediate response is to shut down. Usually in relationships, there's a confronter and there's a runner. There's one person that wants to confront the issues and let's get to the answer, and there's one person that wants to run away. And so I've seen where when I'm coaching couples, there's always one who wants to shut down emotionally, because in most homes, people have not properly learned how to deal with conflict. And so they think, okay, what I need to do is just shut down.
That's good. I was thinking when you said that, that's why I paused, because I think a lot of times what happens is when we shut down, it makes the other person feel like this is not necessary. That, you know, now there's a difference when you express, hey, not now, give me 15 minutes. There's a difference versus you just totally shutting down, because now we can't resolve anything. And so those are some red flags that you have to be aware that there's a runner. And why are you running?
Absolutely. Most times people, they don't want to deal with their feelings, And sometimes they don't know how to express themselves. Another red flag would be too where things are being exaggerated. Sometimes when people are having arguments, the other one partner may exaggerate things. I just call it, y'all say exaggerate, but old school say lie. You know, they just like they stretch everything. There's a drama king. There's drama kings. There's drama queens. And so sometimes you will see a red flag of one exaggerating the issue. Sometimes it's not like what they are making it seem to be, but they make it bigger than what it really is.
How can a runner in that relationship change their behaviors when it comes to communication and conflict resolution?
The best way is to confront the issue head on. The antidote for fear is action. And so for a runner, the runner's action is based in fear.
Yeah.
And so if he's want to overcome the running syndrome in a relationship, the way he's going to do that, he has to take action by saying, you know what, let's deal with this.
Yeah.
Let's have the conversation. Let's not put it off for another year, you know? And so that's the best action that a runner can take, is to take action and say, Lord, I'm not running from this issue. I'm not going to go and get in my car and travel an hour. Like, what are we doing? You know, we're grown. Let's talk. So it's very important that we are having those conversations. So just take action and confront the issue.
In another word, just be willing to face it.
Yeah.
Good or bad, because especially when you're not trying to end the relationship, you want to make sure that the other person feels validated and what they have to say is important, so that you can move forward.
Absolutely. That's a valid point, because as long as a person care, they're gonna want to talk about it. But the moment they stop talking about it, you got some problems.
So in other words, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. When they no longer bringing it up, they have met their limit and they like almost out the door.
They have mentally checked out.
They have checked out.
And when a person gets to that point where they're no longer bringing it up, asking questions, are concerned, red flag, they have mentally checked out. And guess what? It won't be long till their body shows up where their mind is.
Absolutely.
So you want to make sure you're aware of those red flags. Y'all, I think you did pretty good. I think that was really good. I think it was really good. Listen, I'm telling you, make sure you pass this information on to a family member, friend, whoever. They need to get this information. Coach?
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have a good one.